And what would you say separates a good CV from an average CV from a poor CV?
Okay, a great CV will really convey a passion for the career target. It will show information that's tailored to that particular opportunity that you're going for. It will tell the reader what they need to know at a glance, so an in-depth read isn't required straight away for them to confirm that this is someone that they'd like to get to know. It needs to be really well presented, and it ideally needs to have substance. And by this I mean tangible examples which show that you've got the skills and potential to do the job and to progress. So wherever possible, quantify your achievements. And it might seem a bit funny to do at first, but you get used to it. People want to know the scale of what you've achieved. So even if you've got a part-time retail job, you might want to talk about the volume of customers that you're serving, or how you've contributed to meeting KPIs, any promotions that you've delivered, and how you've performed against those targets, and so on.
No, that's a really good point. And I liked in your post online on your blog where you talk about how does each line of your CV pass the so what and the who says test.
Yeah, that's right. So what says who. That's right. I think It seems harsh, and actually it seems a little rude if you're saying that to a customer sometimes. But you've got to try and be objective and read it through the eyes of someone who doesn't know you and has no care for whether they should really hire you or not. They've got a stack of CVs and they're looking at what you've written and thinking, well, why should I care about that? You've got to, and then try and add some substance to each line that indicates why they should care, what the result was, and what you achieved, what your impact was.
No, completely. And when I review CVs and application forms, so what is one of the things often written in the margin of you need to really make sure that each line is adding value and is giving some benefit to the reader. So it's telling them what you're good at, or it's telling them what you've done. And as you mentioned, for the says who bit, is being able to quantify it in terms of I increased sales by X amount or improved efficiency by so much percentage is very powerful.
Exactly. And going back to your question of what differentiates a great CV from a poor CV, I'd say that graduates don't tend to make all of the same mistakes that professionals generally do, because they've had a complete focus on their CV, but there are still some issues that I see, and they're things like what I call meek and mild syndrome. So a graduate might feel that they've not really achieved anything yet to promote to the world. So you get a kind of bland document that doesn't really have any impact, and it doesn't stand out from any other document either. So I understand people don't want to promote themselves without having the substance to back it up. But at the same time, you've really got to make the best of what you've achieved. And if you feel that you haven't got the experience that you need, then go out and grab it, because there are plenty of volunteering opportunities out there. Actually, even this morning, I had an email from the local park saying they were looking for people to volunteer on a once-a-week basis to do some conservation and improvement projects. And things like that are great to get practical experience and demonstrate transferable skills. So, and there'll always be things that graduates overlook. So you might have had a job but overlooked a project that you've done within that job, or overlooked something that you did on a free basis that you're just not drawing out in the right way on your CV. So there'll be more to your experience than you think.
Completely agree again. And when I've been working with people on their application forms for graduate schemes, when they've got to, in 200 words say, when have you worked in a team, or when can you demonstrate this competency? And you'll sit with them initially and they'll be like, oh, well, I've got nothing to say here.
Yeah.
You say, well, you just work through it on a step-by-step basis of, well, did you do any teamwork at university? Oh, yeah, of course I did. Well, okay. Did you manage the team at any point? Did you, did you take the lead? Did you start to set up the meetings? Did you try to organise people? And oh, yeah, I did that. Well, you just need to work through and think about it logically. And there's examples everywhere, as you mentioned. So even the example there of the gardening, if you're working by yourself, you're showing, you're a self-starter, you're showing initiative, you'll be able to work without supervision. So there's always always competencies that you can draw out from every experience.
Definitely, and sports as well are a major thing. I mean, if you've been in a sports team and you've been a long-standing member, you'll have seen ups and downs and all sorts of challenges to overcome. So it might not seem a natural thing to highlight, but you can definitely use those kind of experiences to demonstrate those competencies. I've got 2 boys, and they're both in rugby teams, and it's really fantastic experience for them. One son is in a consistently winning team, and one son is in a team that has had a less than fantastic track record. But when I look at it, it's my boy that's got has been through the tough times with his team that's probably developed the most from that experience.
Yeah, no, it's from losing that you tend to learn more than from winning. Yeah,
definitely. So it's a really valuable experience. And I mean, you don't necessarily need to be the captain of the team, but anything you've done, if you've helped to organise a tour, or if you've helped to fundraise, they're all valuable experiences that you can draw out on your CV.